Okay, hello and greetings guys. My name is Robin Benton. I'm the owner of Tai Chi and Qigong with Robin Benton. Today I'm going to introduce you to a high quality Qigong set. This is the first Qigong set that I got into through Bruce Francis' school in Brookline, Massachusetts when I went to Young Conservatory all those years ago. And this is called Dragon and Tiger Qigong. It gets you 70 to 80% of the results you would get normally through a higher quality Tai Chi form, like the form I teach, the 37 form through Wang Cheng Shen. It's a very high quality set. It's very complicated, takes a long time to learn. I'm still working on it, like after 5 or 6 years. There's a lot of depth. But maybe if you don't have that amount of time, like usually the short form takes 20 minutes to do well, this set only has 8 movements and it takes a shorter amount of time. You still need to put in, 5 days a week and do it for 10 minutes to get the results, but it's much shorter and it's much easier. So it's really good for beginners. So Dragon Tiger Qigong, and let me walk you through the movements, okay? And the principles. The principles are very important. First movement is stirring. Second, Dragon Tiger meet. Third is Dragon looks to the horizon. Fourth is Tiger crouches. Fifth, Tiger separates its cubs. 6 is Tiger pounces. 7, Dragon and Tiger pierce heaven and earth. And 8, Dragon soars to the heavens. Okay? I'm going to put this over here so I can see it. And we're going to go over some fundamental Qigong and Tai Chi principles that you need to make your practice really high quality, very efficient. You're going to get a lot out of it if you follow these principles. Okay? The first is song, or deeply, deeply relax and melt and slow down, really slow down as you're taking a very nice stroll through the park and everything's very beautiful. So really relax, slow down, and just melt any tension. Fang song, they say, and as if a pretty lady had a bun, rolled up in a bun for hair, and you just release and all the hair falls down with gravity, and let the gravity just melt all the tension down through to the ground, okay? The second thing is the bones remain upright, yang, and everything else, all the soft tissue, the white tissue, and the fluids melt down to the feet, okay? I'm gonna add a third one in. Remember to have fun. Remember to cultivate some joy, some compassion, and some kind of self-care and self-love for you. And just pretend, this is a big kind of secret, pretend that you're swimming slowly through a very warm, very relaxing, very good feeling pool of water, okay? Imagine that you're swimming in air, as Cheng Man-ching said, okay? Really feel it, feel the energy. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through the physical alignments and we'll get onto the form, okay? So remember to tuck your chin, tongue to the roof of the mouth, back of the head is kind of pulled up elastically to the ceiling, to the heavens, and tuck your chest and your hip. And you're also gonna line up on train tracks and your feet are gonna be parallel, okay? Then you're gonna sit, do your lower back down on the bar stool, and from the side, you're going to use your hand that's on your hip and you're gonna melt your hips down and melt them down to the knees and melt the knees down to the ankles and the feet. So now we've created what's called a base, or connection to the ground, okay? And we're starting to ground and meet and say hello to the beautiful earth below us, okay? It's gonna help us get really grounded and it's gonna help us feel the earth element, okay? First movement is called stirring. This is really good for, connecting to the earth element and grounding, and also getting introduced to the idea of song and floating and melting in that pool of warm energy, that warm water, okay? And it's going to help us connect to the 5 elements. And each movement helps us do that in different ways. So we have the earth element, the water element, which we're doing, and then the air element, and the fire element, and the element of space, or Akash. So these are some upgrades that I'm putting into Dragon and Tiger that are not normally associated with other schools of Qigong, but they're major upgrades, okay? So stirring, it's kind of sinking into the feet, linking the joints in the feet, and elastically bouncing up and releasing any tension in the ribs and the shoulder blades. Okay. Really slow, mindfully, opening up any space. If you find any tension anywhere in the body, there's always going to be somewhere we can release more. And just really slowly say hi to it and just kind of melt it a little bit more down, gravity down to the feet. Okay? Second movement, Dragon and Tiger meet. This works on the water element, pumping the hydraulics up from the feet, up to the chest, up to what they call the side channels. And just kind of elastically, slowly bounce up, gently. And we're just kind of pumping the fluids up and down the body. As the heel comes up, pumping the fluids up and down, and alternating that fluidic pumping of energy up and down the body. The slower you do it, notice that there's going to be more hydraulic pressure. You're going to get more hydraulic pressure washing out any stagnancy, any stress, any disease. Okay, so slow is good. Some days you do need to go a little bit faster, but in general, slower, more mindfully, you'll be able to identify more places to release. Okay? How dragon looks to the horizon. I'm going to work, I'm going to flick and releasing stagnancy energetically out to the sides. And you can let your foot come up, the opposite one, or you can just keep it on the ball of the heel and just rotate on the balls of your feet and just release. It really helps open up the chest and release any energy energetically in the chest and the ribs. And you just want to flick out the energy like 100 feet at any side of you. Okay, next one, tiger crouches. We're gonna come back to our Dantian. We're just gonna go around the middle, around the belt meridian, and we're just going to crouch, making sure our head is in alignment with our hips and foot, and that we're safe coming down. We don't want to fall over. Okay. Just make sure that the lower back, the yow, and the quads, they call them, are just released, melting every part of the tissue. All the fluids down from the hips, the lower back down onto the feet. Okay. Okay, tiger separates his cubs. So this one is going to come out, and we're going to come out to the side. So one more time. So we've come from crouching. We're going to come up the side channels of our body, come up, and we're going to like spread open like a bird. We're free, both sides. And just copy the movement. Left is the opposite hand is the beak hand, and the other hand is stretching out to the side energetically, kind of creating some more energetic space for us, clearing out the space. Okay. So the thumb and basically the forefinger, middle finger, and the ring finger are basically just meeting very gently. We're leaving the pinky out. I'll show you on the camera so you can see. So take your thumb and then every finger except the pinky, and we're just kind of putting it into a beak. Okay. This one's really good also for clearing out any stagnancy and any tension in the chest and the heart. Just coming onto one foot, balancing on one foot, and stretching out. Okay, so now we're going to come back in. We're going to sink the chi, sink the fluids all the way down to the feet, and let the fluids and the chi bounce up the dantian. And now we're going to come around what's called the belt meridian. So we have like a big tire around us, energetically protecting us. And come around, scan through the internal organs, and go to the back of the kidneys and the liver, and just come up to your heels and bounce. We're just going to release any stagnancy in the internal organs down to the earth. Okay? And so I would do like a set of like a reps in terms of reps, repetitions. Do like a minimum 9 for every movement. So we got 8 movements and do 9 minimum reps per practice session. Okay. Next one, dragon and tiger pierce under nerve. We're gonna form the ball, the lower dantian, form the pearl. And this one is going to be, the first one is straight up and down. To the side, forming the pearl, and flicking, connecting to heaven and earth, creating an energetic circuit between heaven, man, and earth. Okay, so that's move number 7. We got one more move. Okay? It's the same movement basically, but now it's going to go diagonal. And I like to keep my feet and balls of the feet on the ground. I think the original way is that some of the movements, when the ones that you flick, your opposite foot comes off the ground, but you don't need to do that. I don't do that. Especially if you're older, you might get off balance. Don't worry about that. This is just the principles. Having the principles will take care of it. You form the pearl, form the ball. And what you're looking for is a magnetic feeling sensation in between the space between your hands, and just opening up the joints in your wrist, your fingers, and your palms, and just kind of as if you had like an imaginary yoga ball, and you're just magnetically compressing and decompressing, and that's the feeling you're looking for. Okay, this one is off the diagonals. Okay, and then when you come back, you're going to form the pearl, and just take a moment to let all fluid sink down to the tummy, to the dantian, and just kind of sink any other stagnant energy down into the feet. Okay, you can just kind of come in and kind of slowly clasp, and just kind of as if you're like holding a baby in the tummy and the lower dantian. And then you just kind of slowly kind of walk around, get back into normal mode life. And I've given you the full instructions, the full details for this set that will make difference, a big difference. There's obviously more details and more instruction that are more advanced, but you don't need to think about any of this when you're practicing, because I've given it to you. Just copy the movements, and this is a guided practice set. So just watch the video with me, do it over and over again. Do it 5 days a week. Do either 1 10-minute practice session per day, or try to do like 3 5-minute practice sessions, 1 in the morning, 1 at noon, 1 at night, 5 days a week. Okay, if you have any questions, put it in the comments below. Email me a message me, and remember to subscribe and like the video. That'll really help me out. Thank you. Bye.